what, in your opinion, are the major factors that should shape Malta's tourism future?
I think there are a number of factors that will shape the future of tourism here in Malta. I think, first of all, I think we need to look at how climate change will have an impact on tourism in Malta. I think at the end of 2023, you're probably going to see 3 million international arrivals, approximately. So 2024, there's a degree of uncertainty. Will you continue to grow? Or there's a study, for example, out from the European Union which talks about the impact of extreme weather and extreme heat on the Mediterranean. And if that was the case, we're probably going to see a 15% year-on-year decline in tourism in the Mediterranean because of this. But again, it's a scenario, it's a forecast, so it's a degree of uncertainty. But going forward long-term, which is just a 10-year period, climate change will be the most important factor because it's climate change that shapes the destination geography, the place, the climate. You have to ask questions, where will wine be over the next 10 years? How will climate change shape that? Because that's a good indicator of where will tourism be. What will the Mediterranean Ocean look like in the terms of its temperature and fish? So all of these factors around climate change are what will shape the future of tourism here in the terms of that. But without doubt, the seasonality patterns will change, and it's how you handle that. The second factor is probably demography. Europe's hit what we call peak population, and some of your core markets like Italy, France and Germany have a rapidly aging population, and more long term we have to look at their wealth per capita and their productivity, and all of those factors shape tourism demand but also shape tourism supply in the terms of who's working within the tourism industry, because those that work in tourism are fundamentally under the age of 25. So we need to look at different models around probably an older worker, and we have to rethink about the model of migration. And the third factor that will probably reshape tourism very rapidly is probably artificial intelligence, and what that means in the terms of how we engage with tourism, its distribution model, and where we go. They're the three factors. Then against all of that, as sustainability is the number one issue on politicians' mind, you're probably going to see a raft of legislation coming through the EU, which will impact things on consumption, advertising, and how we do things. And because Malta is dependent upon international aviation, we have to see how that will unfold and what that will do. So what can Malta do about it? And I think the only thing it can do about it is you have a pathway of what you think a preferred future is for Malta, but you need a series of indicators if you go off track for that. So this is about a series of scenarios which tell you what the future of tourism in Malta would be. You identify a number of indicators and weak signals, and you're able to react, adapt to those changes in pathways.
Yeoman, thanks.